All right, everybody, welcome in to Pickaxe and Roll, brought to you by our good friends over at Bet on the Line. Thank you so much for tuning in. Trey Alexander is going to join the show in just a little bit. Video wasn't perfect. That's not a problem. Like, he sounds perfect during it. So I was just really excited to be able to talk to him. And this is after Nuggets practice on Wednesday. And it just seems like everybody's kind of in a really good place. And Trey had some really great things to say, asked him about a variety of things, and he was just awesome to work with. So hopefully we get to do something like that again at some point. Thank you so much to everybody for kind of making this happen. Really appreciate the opportunity to talk to Trey. And without further ado, here is Trey Alexander. All right, everybody, joined now by Trey Alexander of the Denver Nuggets. Just signed a two-way contract with the Nuggets in his rookie season. Trey, thank you so much for joining me, man. Always really appreciate you taking the time.
I appreciate you having me on the show.
Yeah. You guys are 7-3 so far. First season in the NBA. How do you think it's treating you so far?
It's everything I've hoped it to be, man. I just, want to be in an organization where I could get better, just work on my game and then be able to just, get accommodated to the NBA style of play and, just the traveling and everything like that. So, I mean, it's treating me just as well as it could.
Team is 7-3, as I mentioned. You guys had a 5-game homestand here, coming back home. It didn't look perfect at the beginning of the season, but it seems like everybody's kind of gotten it back on track. Just from your perspective here, what do you think helped change things to kind of get things back on track?
I mean, I just think everybody's bought in, man. I think that everybody in this organization uh, knows what the winning culture is like, and they know what to do in order to turn things around. We just had to, just stay at it, and then just stay true to our principles and continue to work on the things that we know we needed to work on as a team. I mean, nobody was ever. I mean, there might have been some outside noise that was kind of a little bit afraid, but inside we were all good. We knew we were going to turn this thing around, and we knew that we were one of the better teams in the NBA. So we've shown that these last couple games, and we're going to continue to show that.
There's a lot of time in an NBA game. Obviously, you haven't had your opportunity fully on the court yet this season. When guys are on the bench, and they're talking about the game, obviously most of the time, but when they're not talking about basketball, what are they talking about? What are you guys laughing about?
Just anything, man. I mean, a lot of me and the guys are really close outside of the basketball game, so we just talk about random things, or we just talk about, like what somebody's wearing on the court or something like that. But I mean, most of the time we're just really just talking about basketball. There's not really a lot of times that we're not talking about basketball when the game is going on.
Gotcha. What have you enjoyed most so far about just watching what Nikola Jokic has done so far this year?
It's crazy because it seems like he does these things like so quietly. Like you'll look up, you're like, oh, 35, 17, 16.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of the points, the other things, I'm like, when did those things happen? Like, when did those things occur? But I mean, that's why he's the best player in the NBA right there, because he has such a big impact on the game. And when you go back and watch the game, you really just notice like what he's doing, how much leverage he has, and how much he creates for this team.
It's always wild to watch just what he's able to do on a consistent basis. Have you ever seen anybody like the last game he put up, like you said, 37, 18, and 15 in a game? Have you ever seen that like at any level before, really?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not. I mean, outside of like Russell Westbrook a couple years ago,
Mm.
I mean, I really haven't seen that with my own two eyes. And for me to just sit there and be on the bench and watch that like in real time, it's actually one of the craziest things you'll ever be able to do, man. It's actually really cool.
He's unbelievable, man. It's always
Yeah.
like we're so spoiled here in Denver getting to he's in his 10th season at this point here, and it just has kept getting better and better over the course of that time. You've gotten to see him behind the scenes a little bit. Just what helps him kind of prepare for those moments to dominate on the court?
He's just really focused, man. He's always really focused. Outside of basketball, he's one of those down to earth guys. He knows how to make you laugh in the locker room and things like that. But when it's time to go, he's really locked in, and everything about him is intentional. Went through his warm up and everything involves basketball. He really takes it very serious, and you can tell that he takes his craft really serious. So I mean, that level of focus is hard to find at this level, especially when make as much money as the guys do at this level. But that's why he's one of the best in the world because of his intentionality and his focus.
Not just him that you get to learn from. Obviously, you get to learn from Jamal Murray and Russell Westbrook, two of the best point guards in the league for the last 15 years or so. Just two very different kinds of guys that you get to learn from. Just what are you taking from them, and just what's something that you've really enjoyed watching and knowing that you want to take to your game going forward?
I mean, with Russell Westbrook, you get that mentality of just a dog. You see him every day. He's going out there putting everything, leaving everything out on the court. Um, Not afraid to make mistakes. One of those guys that just plays super hard. Loves the game of basketball.
Yeah,
You can tell that he really has a passion for the game, and that's what I really love about watching Westbrook play. And then I mean Jamal is just he's an elite basketball player. He's so talented. Every part of his game is pretty polished.
right.
Anywhere from the mid range in, outside three, anything you can think of in a scorer or a playmaker, Jamal Murray can do it on the basketball court. So, you just try to take a couple of those things from those guys, and then just try to add it to your game here and there.
For sure. For you, like there was that moment that we all shared with Russ in the pregame where he took you over to his practice scrum where we all talked as the media. Is that like how he is all the time? Like is just in terms of taking you under his wing, trying to show you the ropes and do some of the things like that?
Yeah, for sure. Me and Russ have grown really close over these last couple weeks and months. Even on the road, we're always together. Like we go out to dinner, I'll usually ride with him and things like that. So we've really grown close over these last couple weeks, and I mean, he's just one of those guys that he doesn't mind take you under his wing. He's a really good person outside of basketball, really good just individual in general. So
Gotta love it. I mean, that's the word that we keep hearing is that he's just an awesome teammate, awesome person to have around the locker room, and the energy's always great. But more than anything, like he has talked about pouring himself into the young guys and into their experiences and making
mhm.
sure that they feel like they are welcome and that he cares. So you get that sense of caring from him.
Of course. I mean, like I said, he's a really good individual, a really caring person. Great family, great wife, great kids. They're all just, it's just everything that you hear about is what it is, man. In terms of him being a great individual and him being just a kind and generous person, bro. He's one of the very few guys that I can just say is just like really lives up to really just the intentionality off the court. Like he's really like just a great teammate off the court, and then when he's on the court, he's just still a great teammate. He's just a little bit more serious.
I love it. It's very clear just how it comes across with him. Uh, I know you haven't had your full NBA moment yet, but you did get your first bucket. That had to have felt good. We saw Joker taking the ball under his arm and making sure that he got it back to you in the locker room. How good did that feel?
It feels great. It feels great. I mean, I was just able to, just be able to do something that I've always done, which is score the basketball, and then, just to have our best player just make sure that I get the game ball is really special for me. So, I mean, it's about as cool as it gets when you get to this level.
It's awesome, and just everybody seems to really care and value that at the NBA level, especially because
Yeah.
it is a special moment for sure. Um, when you do get your chance to prove yourself in the rotation, and you're going to get it at some point. I don't know when it's going to come, but you're going to get it. What are you most excited to show?
I'm most excited to show just that I can belong in the rotation. Obviously, every player at this level thinks that they belong, and I feel like I work hard enough, and I feel like I've shown a little bit of what I can do on the court, and I just want to be able to translate that to the next level. So I'm just excited, man. Regardless of playing or not playing, I'm just excited about the process and continuing to get better, and just over time, continuing to do what I do and just keep doing it at a better level.
For sure. Um, Going back to college really quickly, obviously you spent 3 years at Creighton. You played under Greg McDermott. Uh, any enjoyable moments that Nuggets fans should know about from your time at Creighton that you're most proud of and you want everybody to know?
Yeah, definitely the Elite Eight. I mean, as any athlete at any level, you want to be able to win at the highest level and be able to make it as far as you can in any type of tournament or anything like that.
Sure.
And I mean, obviously, we lost off of a controversial call, but at the same time, I still had a great time. I feel like that was one of the years I've had the most fun just playing basketball and being around a great group of guys and just such a close knit team. So that was probably definitely my biggest takeaway from the whole Creighton experience and being a part of March Madness in basketball.
All right, better center to you, Nikola Jokic at the NBA level, or Ryan Kalkbrenner, who's currently averaging 36 a game this year?
I mean, Jokic has been the MVP 3 times here, so I'd probably give it to Jokic. But Ryan Kalkbrenner is a great player, man. I think that without me and Baylor there, he's really going to be able to show what he can do at the college level. And I feel like this is only a glimpse of what he can do. I think that he belongs at the NBA level, and I think he's going to show that he belongs at the NBA level this year. So I'm excited for him. He just got married, so I was able to, you know, congratulate him on that. And so I'm just excited for his future, man. He's going to be great.
Very cool. Very cool. Just in terms of transitioning to the NBA, what's been the not tougher, but just like more surprising transition on the court or off the court, just to like NBA life?
Yeah, I mean, on the court, it's obviously the pace. I mean, everybody's like moving 1,000 miles an hour. Everybody's strong. Everybody can score. Everybody can, you're just dealing with a lot of good players. So,
Sure.
I mean, just trying to figure out your role and figure out your like what your niche is in the NBA is going to be the hardest thing for most people, I think, because coming out of college, most people are going to be the best player on their team. And I mean, obviously, you're going to have this situation where you're like, okay, you're not going to be the guy because this team already has a couple guys on their team. So that's what I would say would be the biggest thing, the hardest thing to get adjusted to.
We've already seen a couple of guys. PJ's gone down for a little bit. Spencer's gone down for a little bit. Jalen went down for a little bit, just to the G League in general in Grand Rapids. Just have you had any conversations with the coaching staff or the front office about going down to Grand Rapids at any point?
I don't know when I am going down to Grand Rapids. Have no idea yet, but I mean, obviously, as a player, you want to be able to play and work on your game. So that's kind of I know it's going to come at some point, and I'll be excited to do that because I'm just ready to hoop. So
Yeah. Little bit of Nuggets history for you. The first two guys that were on two-way contracts for the Denver Nuggets were Monte Morris and Torrey Craig. I don't know how much you know those guys.
I do.
Both still in the league. Monte, I'm sure, like Monte, he knows everybody in the NBA at this point. He's so connected, man. But like those guys, like Monte played 25 minutes in his first season for Denver. So like it's possible, clearly possible, to not play in your first season and then go on and dominate and carve out a role in the NBA. And so both of those guys, like we've seen in Denver pathways for guys to be able to do that. So I know everybody's really excited to see what you can do, even if it's not on for the Nuggets in the first season.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, just being in the NBA is obviously having your foot in the door.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just me on a two-way contract, I feel like that just giving me an opportunity to show, if not the Nuggets and other teams, what I can do. But I mean, as of right now, I want to be a Denver Nugget, so I'm not really worried about any of the other stuff. Just really locked in on the process right now and getting better and trying to, carve out a role on this team because, I mean, I like being a Denver Nugget.
For sure. What do you like most? Like what's been the environment around the team right now that you've enjoyed the most so far?
Just the good vibes. I think that I would say just everybody's involved in everything. Like when we're on the road, we go out to dinner as a team. Like obviously we have people set it up by ourselves, just a team. So I would say the locker room conversations are great. Just on the court, everybody's just happy for each other in any type of situation. If you look at the bench, we're always having energy. We're excited doing little celebrations and stuff like that. So just the camaraderie, I would say, has been the best part about this team.
Whose handshake is the best on the team? Like I know you guys all do it. I know Russ makes a big deal out of it for sure. Like who's got the best handshake between the two of them?
The best handshake on the team. I like P. Watts and Juice that they do pregame.
Yeah.
I like Yokes and Aaron Gordon. They have a nice little handshake.
Yep.
PY and DeAndre Jordan have a really funny handshake before pregame. So we got some pretty elite handshakes on the team, I would say.
Oh yeah, I firmly agree. All right. rapid fire Q&A for you really quick.
Yeah.
We'll just go off the rails a bit.
Bet.
What's one thing you need to bring with you on every road trip?
A PlayStation.
I was just gonna ask, PS5 or Xbox?
Yeah, PS5.
Man, I totally get it. I'm with you, man. I transitioned like 4 years ago. It's the best thing I ever did.
Yeah, no, I love PlayStation. I mean, like most people that are PlayStation now were Xbox before. So
Yep, I'm with you. Favorite video game to play?
right now,
Yeah.
probably Call of Duty, but I'm usually like more of a Rainbow Six Siege type of person.
Okay, interesting. On Call of Duty, are you a multiplayer or a zombies guy?
Multiplayer for sure.
Okay. Who is the funniest player on the team?
probably P Watt.
Yeah, he's got good energy, man.
Yeah.
It's always fun to talk to him. Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? Probably Naruto, or I'm a big Jujutsu Kaisen person, so I'm a big anime watcher.
Anime's taking over, man. It's normalize it. Poster dunk or ankle breaker?
For me, I would say ankle breaker, but I've had my fair share of posters in college.
I know you have. Like you can still get up. You're a little smaller at the NBA level, but I know you could get up there, and you've already shown it. Teammate with the best taste in music.
Best taste in music. Me, Jew, and P Watt kind of have the same taste in music, so I'll probably say us three, like as a whole, we listen to the same people.
Last year was a big deal that P Watt was taking over the jukebox, and he was the guy who was running all the music for the team. So I'm not surprised about that. I'm not surprised at all. And last one, favorite player that you're most excited to face during a game this year?
We just faced him last game, and he had about 40 points on us. So
fair.
That was a dream come true. He's my favorite player ever. So even when I was on the bench, like Hunt got mad at me because he hit a tough shot, and I said, "Bro, this dude's just so good at basketball." And Hunt got mad at me, but nah, he's a great player, bro. I mean, that's always been my favorite player. I've always admired his game and things like that. So
deepest bag in the league, I got to imagine. So
yeah, for sure.
Man, Kyrie Irving's tremendous. That was a joy to watch.
Only missing 4 shots in an NBA game, after shooting 21 of them is crazy.
Man. All right, well, hey, that's all I really got for you. Anything else you want to say to Nuggets Nation while you got them?
No, I appreciate everybody in Nuggets Nation that supported us and myself. So, just go Nuggets.
Awesome. Hey, thank you, Trey, so much for popping on, man. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Appreciate you.